अल्फा एजुकेशन का सबसे उज्जवल दीप, यहाँ हंसते खेलते बने फ्यूचर सुरक्षित। अल्फा के छांव तले शिक्षा की लहर चले, कुछ कर दिखाने का सपना हर स्टूडेंट में पले। एजुकेशन का सबसे उज्जवल दीप,
अल्फा विद्या संकुल, जहां हर स्टूडेंट को मिले एक ब्राइट फ्यूचर।
Hi students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing well. As you know that students, the time ahead is more challenging and competitive. So I highly recommend you to use your time properly to improve your English, so that you can do far better in any professions. Whether you want to become a doctor, you want to become an entrepreneur, and you want to become an engineer, businessman, and teaching lines, in acting lines, painting. You see a lot of professions. So English is very important for the communications. You know, the English is the international language. If you go anywhere, how can you communicate without the knowledge of English? It is very impossible. You know that. If you want to establish a business in America, if you don't have the knowledge of English, how can you do that? If you want to go do a business in other places, if you are appointed as an engineer in other parts of the world, in Australia, in Germany, in France, then we cannot use our local language. Okay? So this language is very important. In the previous video, I try to complete the topic of this voice, but due to the lack of time, I couldn't complete the topic. So it will be the last video regarding this topic, the voice. We know that there are two types of voice. The first one is the active voice, and the second one is what? The passive voice. You see, the literal meaning is the same. What we want to say. You see, when do we use active voice and when do we use the passive voice? If the direct action, is, the agent is more important. If we focus more the there of the action, that time we use what? Active voice. If we put more importance to the receiver of the action, at that time we use passive voice. But the meaning goes same. It depends on you, the person who is going to express, and it depends on him or her. And the active or passive, which will be? It is according to the time. So without wasting our time, I'm going to start. The first one, the first rules. I recall you some points to be remembered. See, this is the structure of the active. Okay? What is the structure is that subject plus object. This is very simple. This is the basic things. Then in the passive voice, what will be there? In the passive voice, this object will be the subject here, and the verb will be there. and the subject will be the place of the what? Object. He. See here, in this point, we have to remember this. The point number one. See, this object will become subject. And, okay, I will come, let me explain you for the next, this verb. This subject will go to the place of the object. This is the first rule. This is the common sense you have to understand. Very easy, I explained already many times. See, then what is that? This verb. What if the verb is in present form? In present form, we have to use be verb, what? Am, is, or are. Just before the main verb. Just before the main verb. Okay. Here, if the verb is past and past tense, then what will be there? The be verb will be was or were. And this is the rule number 2. There is no fixed rules. You may hear in other different types of explanations. It depends on the teachers. Whatever I explain, this is my technique, this is my style, how I teach you. What my style is and anybody's style is the way how to make the students understand. If you don't know this style, what I explain, then I will sense another method. There are so many, unlimited. And this is the way. Then, what is that? Always time, the main verb. The main verb will be sensed into what? V3. What is meant by V3? The third form of the verb. The third form of the verb, the past participle. So, example I am giving you here, the verb is given eat. If the verb is given eat, then what will be here? What will be here? Eaten. Why? Because you see, eat, what? Ate, and eaten. This is B1, and this is what? V2, and this is what? B3. So here eaten comes. This is only this is not only for one tense. In all tenses, the verb will be in the V3, the past participle form. The verb will be the past participle form everywhere. If you go to any place, in India, in Japan, in Russia, in Germany, everywhere, in the passive form, the verb will be B3. Just before this verb, what will be here? This be verb. If this verb is present, am, is, are. Among these three, according to the subject, we have to write here am eaten, is eaten, are eaten. Okay. Or if the main verb is the past, and then what will be there? Was or were. Okay. The 4 rule is just before the object, this object will become, this subject will become what? This subject will become here object. Here object. But just before object, the preposition by will be used. The preposition by will be used. This is also one of the rules, important rules. Okay. The first is what? Subject will be changed into object. Object will be changed into subject. And there will be a be verb just before the main verb. And the main verb will be always time B3. And the subject, this subject changed into object form. Then just the object form, there should be what? There should be by the preposition by. So I'll give you very simple example here. This is the, to make you understand. Students, you know that learning without application is useless. If you learn many rules, I'm not talking about English grammar. You can apply in math, science, physics, chemistry, in any subjects, even in the fields, any fields. If you in the musics and everywhere, dance also, in any arts, if you learn something, you have to practice. You have to apply. And so learning without application is useless. Okay. Now we have to apply this rule. Ram is eating a mango. Now let's find out the first one. You have to find out the subject, verb, object. Okay. According to rules, what is there? This object will come here as a subject. This object becomes subject. What will be here? A capital. So what? This is the small letter A. But you have to change into what? Capital letter Y. Because at the beginning of the sentence, every time, it is the part of punctuation. Every time you have to use what? Capital letter. A mango. What is there? This tense is in the what? The tense is in the present. How you know? How we know that? Because is the present. So a mango, see, one rules. This is the extra for you. If here is, then what will be here? Sure. This is not fixed. Here is the verb is, this will be is. No. Might be sense, but not other options. It will be is, am, or are. Between these, see, among these three, not between, among these three, this will be the verb, compulsory. You cannot put other verbs, been, be, was, were. You cannot do like that. If is there, this correspondent, the related, is MR. Among these three, which one is what? This is the third person singular number. So the answer is here. But the subject is I, then what will be there? It will be am. Am. If the subject is you, then what will be there? Are. So among these three, according to the subject, we have to select. This is the rules. Here, a mango is a third person singular number. We have to choose. The answer is S. A mango is, but one more thing. If the verb is ing, you have to change into what? Suppose V1 plus ing. Then you have to change into being plus what? V3. See, suppose making, and you have to change it to what? Being what? Being met. Being met. So by applying these rules, eating means what? Being what? The third form is eaten. E-A-T-E-N. Being eaten. Then ram. Suppose this subject will become object. Ram. But according to rules, before the objects, what will be there? Preposition by. Okay. A mango is being eaten by ram. And this is the rule. This is the fifth rule. This is, and the next rule is, the next is, She has taken pens. So let's write 5 pens. Okay. Here you can see, students, let's find out subject, verb and object. Now change this. This object will come here. This 5F capital letter, 5 pens. Here, what is this? The has verb. If what is the correspondent verbs? The correspondence verb of the has is what? Have or what? Has. If here is has, it is not the rule that it should be here has. No. It might be have or has. Because this is the plural, we have to put no has. We have to put have. 5 pens have, but here is one rule. If the verb is in the participle, past participle, then we have here what? Been. Then taken. Her. This is object. Just object. What will be here? This is subject, verb, and the preposition by. This is for the present. We have to use have or has. But it is the past. There will be only, see, I will give you one more example. I had met tea. Here, tea had been met by me. Here, there is no option. Only had is had for the past tense. So we have to apply only had. There is no option have or has. So these are the basic rules to convert from active to passives. Now the continuation of the previous video, I want to take one topic. The remaining topics were what? The past, the previous topics was, the next topic is perfect participle. Participle. How can we sense the sentence is in the perfect participle? How can we sense this? So, here, this is a one active. Having eaten her dinner, having eaten her dinner, she went to bed. What is meant by she went to bed? She went to bed means she went to sleep. Here, how can we sense this in the passive voice? You know that the perfect participle is here. This. You have to understand. We need not to touch the man close. Here, this perfect participle. They are the non-finite verbs. The finite verb is here. But this part will remain the same. We need not to touch it. Here the changes will come where? Here. Having eaten her dinner. Okay. So here we have to change how? Her dinner is object. So it comes subject. Her dinner, and the verb is ing. What will be there? Her dinner having what? Having been eaten, comma. This is the part. Her dinner having been eaten, she went to bed. See, there is no changes. There are no changes in this part. But only we change in the what? In the non-finite parts. Her dinner having been eaten, she went to bed. This is the one of the examples of the perfect participle number 2, active, then passive. Here, having operated the patient. Having operated the patient, comma, the doctor left the hospital. Okay. Here, which part to be changed? I already explained you that this part. Okay. But this will not be. It will remain the same. So, the same way, we have to do what? You find out this object. What? The patient having been operated, comma. Here, the same. The doctor left the hospital. Okay. Then one more example. Active, passive. Having finished the project, we went home. Here, there is no difference. Once you have understood these things, you can do very easily here. This is the way. The project subject, you come here. This project will be here. The project having been finished. See, the project having been finished. Here we have to put word only been. Now here see. Here we have to put only what? Been. See. Having, we have to put only been. Then the answer comes. But this will be the change. This will come here. And this object will come here. And here also this project will come here. Okay. Then the remaining parts, this main clause, the finite verb, this part we don't change. We went home. That's all. Okay. These are the part of the what? Perfect participle. So let me proceed the next one. The next topic is about to infinitive. What is the to infinitive? See, to infinitive. Infinitive. And what is this? Here the to infinitive is here means 2 plus v1. Then how do you sense this? 2 plus b plus b3. Here in the passive voice always time b3 will be there. Suppose here, let me give you example. Here to sing. Then what will be here? To be what? The third form of sing is sung. To be sung. That is the rules. So we have to start by giving the examples to make you clear the ideas. See here, the first one is active. Active. So I have to complete my homework. Homework means hometasks. So here, students, how will you change this? See, here you have to find out where is the infinitive. Where is the infinitive? Here you have two verbs, have also, to complete also. But this you should not touch it. Whatever is there, as usual, it should be there. No sense. But we have to sense this part to complete. But remember what I said. The rule is to sing means to be sung. Here, to complete means what? To be completed. But we have to find out the object. This object will come here. This is the passive voice. Passive. So my M capital. Homework. Here is one question, students. I told you for the have, what are the correspondence? What? Have or what? Has. Here have is there. Is there any rules? There should be have. No. This is the third person, my homework. Only one homework. So for third person singular number, we have to use what? Has. We have to use has. So my homework has. Then the next is to complete means what? To be completed. Completed. Why it is the what? This is the B3, the third form of the verbs. So my homework has to be completed by preposition me. The remaining rules we have learned already. These are nothing sense. These are nothing to be changed. But here you have to understand for the to infinitive, you have to find out 2 plus B1. Only that much you have to sense. And you don't forget this formula. 2 plus B1 change into 2B plus V3. So this first example is over. Let me come to the second example. Here A means active. In shortcut. He has to sing 5 songs. Okay, he has to sing 5 songs. Here, let's find out the subject. Here is what? Object. But it has 2 verbs. This is also verb, this is also verb. Okay, but here, this is the infinitive. We have to find out. So, to sing. To sing means these 2 infinitive to be changed. According to the rules, the object will come here. So what? 5 songs. Here, the question is here. Here also I told you for the have has, it will be have or has. Between this have or has, you have to select. Okay, for the has is for only one person. Which person? Third person singular number. Means he, she, it or any person. Single person or single noun. And this is plural. For the plural, what will be there? Have. 5 songs have to and be sing change into sung by the object form of he is what? Him. This. The accents you see, that accents is like that. Suppose the object becomes subject, the subject becomes object. Okay. All the time it happens. This is not only for the infinitive. The next is, let me come to the next one. What is the next? What is the next means she is going. She is going to make she is going to make a kite. K-I-T-E. Here is K-I-T-E. She is going to make a kite. Here, to make is infinitive. You have to understand only this much. Okay. Come here. Why? Because this is the object. This is the object. This object will become here subject. Subject what? Kite. A kite. A kite. Then I told you that the verb is, the verb is, the correspondence are what? It will be am or is or are. Among these 3, which one is right? A kite is the third person singular number. A kite is the third person singular number. So our option is, which one is the right? It is the right answer. A kite is going to, here be, this is V3, then made. Here. A kite is going to be made by, let's see, what is the objective form of she? Becomes her. A kite is going to be made by her. The next is, you are, here, you are to write, you are to write a letter. Okay, see here, subject, object, verb, main verb, and this is the infinitive. Okay, to infinitive. Here, this will come here. According to the rules, what? A letter A letter, here the question comes. I told you, what are the corresponding verbs, related verbs with are? What will be there? Tell me. Am, yes. Is and are. Okay. Am is are. Among these three, which one? A letter. What? A letter is the singular number. Okay. So A means single, one. And we cannot say a letter M. M is used only for I. And R is for what? You and a plural. Then singular is. A letter is after what? To, what will be here? Be. And the third form of write is what? Written. W-R-I-T-T-E-N. Written. A letter is to be written here. Preposition by, then this you become you. You know that from the table of the what pronouns, the you become you. There is nothing, no sense is there. So a letter is to be written by you. So these are the examples of the two infinitives. This is not the end. A lot of examples you can see. I will give you one more example. Sister had to take a class. Here, now lessons. Here, this object becomes subject. This subject, what? A class, and there is no option. Okay? Head is only head. Only single. So no need to discuss. There is no option, so no need to think much more. A class had to what? Be taken. Taken, the third form is take, took, taken. Taken. A class had to be taken by what? Sister. Finish. Then one more. I will have to cook my lunch. Here. Okay, here. And this is the different form. See, will have, and this is to infinitive. Here, my lunch object. You come here. What? My lunch. Here, will have. There is no other option. No change. Will have to, and here be cooked. And third form is ed, cooked by me. Here this I becomes me. This my lunch become here subject. Here it becomes object. The accent is here. So these are the passive voice of the what? To infinitive. The next topic is very interesting topic. So this is, in the previous video also I had explained in short, but let me explain you again to make you digest the topic more clearly. This topic is quasi passive. And sometimes this is called what? Middle voice. So this is also called middle voice. You see, this this kind of sentences, it looks like it is in the form of the active. It is in the form of the active voice. But the meaning goes to the passive. Actually, the verb is in the active form, but the meaning is in the passive voice. And such type of sentence is called quasi-passive. It is not quasi, okay? Quasi. No, quasi-passive. Quasi means almost. And middle voice, sometimes. Okay, you say, some people, some grammarians say middle voice, it's okay. But here I will give you one example of this. The sun feels hot. Here the meaning is, you see, the verb is in V1. It is in the active voice. You see, if it is in the passive voice, the verb should be V3, and just before there will be what? V verb. But no, this is not at all. This is actually, this is in the active form. This is in the active form. But what you see, the subject is affected. The subject is what? Affected. You know, the sun feels hot. Does the sun feel hot? How? We feel hot. We feel hot. No, the sun doesn't feel hot. We feel hot. But in the sentence, they write like that, the sun feels hot. How can the sun feel hot? We feel hot. That is the question. But this sentence is very common in our daily life. But if it comes in the exam, how can you sense these things? That is why my question comes here. Number 2, here, the cow is milking. The cow is milking. You see, milk. The cow is how? How is the cow milking? The doing is we milk the cow. The farmers, any persons is milking the cow. But here they say like that, the cow is milking. Actually, the cow is not milking. The milking is done by another person. So it is in the what? This is actually in the active voice, but the meaning goes to passive. And such type of sentences are called quasi-passive. If you try to find out these sentences to change into the passive voice, you will have a lot of confusion. Where is the subject, where is the object, where is the verb? So don't worry, I'm ready, I'm here to help you. So you have to apply some rules like this. The rule is here. The first rule is the subject plus verb. You know this is the subject, then be verb. Okay? See how the sun is the subject. Okay? And it is the be verb plus the sun is. Why I write here is because it is the present, and it will be what? B3. And what is the fell, then plus here will be adjective. And this is, sometimes we say complement or adjective. Okay? Fell, what will be here? Hot. This is the first rule. We can do like this. This is the one of the very simple way to sense into, this is what? This is in the active, or if you sense in what? This will be in the passive. Actually the meaning is in the passive, but in the exam it comes, sense into voice. Then you have to sense like this. You should not confuse yourself. Okay. And the another method is, what? And the method number 1, it is the method number 2. What is the another method is that subject plus be verb. Here, this is the method number 1, and this is the passive voice method number 2. How can you sense? See, here subject will be the same. What? The sun. And be verb, what? What is the be verb? Here is. Then here you come verb, the adjective. You come the adjective directly here. Where is the adjective is here? This adjective come here. What? The sun is hot. Now you see the sun is hot. Then you apply if or when. Okay? Then I choose when. When. Then plus pronoun. Pronoun. When, then it. Because why? The sun is the non-living thing, so I use it. Plus be verb plus B3. And these are the second rules. This is the first rule. And this is the what? The sun is hot when it is what? Felt. See, clear the idea? Between these two answers, you can give any answer. The choice is yours. Which is your comfortable, more comfortable, the easy way. You have to select yourself. There is no hard and fast rule. You have to do the like this. No, there is no such type of rules. You have to do anyway what you like. The next is the mango tastes sour. The mango tastes not sweet, sour. The opposite. Okay? See? Try to find out this. The subject is here. And according to the rule number 1, according to the what? Rule number 1 we can apply. What is that rule number 1? Subject. Here, the subject is what? The mango. The mango. Then the be verb. And this is what? In the present form, what will be there? Be verb is. The mango is taste will be in the third form is tasted. What? The adjective is here sour. The mango is tasted sour. The mango is tasted sour. Okay. And this is the answer is over. The next answer is number 2. What is the rule here? The mango is directly it will come the adjective here sour. The mango is sour. Then when you can take if you want. Okay? When it is tasted. The mango is sour when it is tasted. And this is the second type. The first type is the, you see which thing you want, it is yours, your opinion. The next example I'm give you. The car is running. Here the ing form come, what will be there? This is the car is, the ing form come, what will be there? Being plus B3. Okay, the car is being, the car is being run. This is number 2, active. And this is the passive voice. Rose smells sweet. How can the rose smell? Huh? The doing of the smell is we human being are smelling. Oh, the rose smell is so sweet. But here, the subject is, the agent is the rose. Really, this such type of agent, this such type of subject is called affected. In another way, the affected object. Okay, subjects. So, rose is what? Smelled. It is the number 1. This is the type 1. Rose is smelled sweet. And the number 2, rose is, now this come first. And this will go this year. Rose is sweet when it is smelled. See, these are the examples of the quasi-passives. See, these things are not very common in our normal, but sometimes it comes. So here, for today, let me conclude my lecture. This is the end of this boys topic. So for the next video, for the next lecture, see you the next. Thank you all.